Hey Cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. For those of you new to the channel, I was upgraded to the Category Bs a while ago and I am 65, and that is a tough combination. One of the common recommendations in these races is to start off with a lot of punch. The problem is that the punch that I have is much less than what the punch the other people have. We just got on the course and I'm in the middle of the pack and I am hurting right now. There's only one thing I'm thinking about, and that is not to get dropped. At least not by myself and so early in the race. Pretty much a game is going on in my body. Is my body going to be able to catch up with the effort that I'm doing and therefore feel a lot more comfortable? Or am I going to be off the back? Of course, how tough a race is dependent on the quality of the rider that participates in it. As seemingly with all the races that I participated in since I come back from my leg injury, we have a lot of quality riders on here, which made this race really tough for me. You'll notice on the graphics on the right that my watts per kilogram is lower than a lot of other people's. And it's still within the first minute of the race. I'm slipping back. I've gone from 19 and now I'm hovering around 30 to 33. And there's only 42 in this race. The thing for me to do is try to get some buffer. And what I mean by that is get to the front so I can fall back again. I try that, but the problem is that everyone is just too strong and moving up on this pack is very difficult for me. Therefore, the next best thing I can try to do is try and manage where I am now. Try and let my body recover, then see what options are available to me. Hopefully one of those options are getting toward the front. And that's a big ask, I know. Looking at the graphics on the right again, I notice there are now 32 in this group. There's a rider about 3 seconds back and the rest are much further. Right there I'm looking at my options, and one of the options that's pretty predominant is if I'm going to be in a chase group. I guess there are 39 of the 42 in this group and not 32 like I thought. I'm thinking the algorithm was a little behind. There are about 4 behind me that are within 10 meters but not on my wheel. I'm thinking that these guys are hurting just like I am, and these may be my chase group buddies. After a bit more pain, things do eventually slow up just a bit such that I'm able to move up. However, I can only make my way into the beginning of the top half. After we start the rollers, just after the beginning of the second lap, I'm in good position and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. But then there is a split. It looks like there's about 12 with a 1 or 2 second gap. Then everybody starts to speed up. And now I go from comfortable to not so comfortable. And now I'm starting to slip back slowly. I'm hoping that once we get off the rollers and onto the flats, that it'll ease up a bit. But as you can see, I'm slowly falling back still. I need to hang on to a wheel and not see that stupid close the gap message that appears at the top that I'm seeing now. I am back to 30th position, and there's that same gap to some people behind me. And as the gap in front of me to the next wheel grows, I may be looking at my chase group right now. Looking at the graphics on the right, I'm pushing like 3.9 watts per kilogram, and people in front of me are going higher, including into the 6s. It's looking like that unless somebody behind me is going to drag me up to this group up there, that this is it. I'm still trying, but I've only have so much punch in my legs right now. Looking at the graphics on the right, it looks like the chase group I'm going to be in is going to have 4 people in it. Regarding that hold to speak message that popped up just a few seconds ago, I am on Apple TV, and in my hypoxia, I hit the wrong button to activate that steamroller power-up. At least I didn't hit the menu button, which would have popped me out of Zwift. Well, now I am in 35th position and I'm in the back of the chase group, so I am doing what I can to get onto them. Of course, I'm hoping that the front group up there slows up, or at least one of the part of the group up there slows up. But I'm more concerned about the people that are behind us. So right now we have a group of 2 that's about 5 seconds back each, and then the next group is about 12 seconds back. For the balance of this first half of this race, I am doing my share, maybe more than my share, to make sure that we stay away from that group in back of us. Well, that's not the only reason. I'm also pissing myself for getting dropped so early in the race and hoping that I put some of the others in stress, but that doesn't look like that's happening. I've now jumped to the second half of the race, and since we've been going slower, I've been able to accumulate some bananas. It's time to experiment. I want to see what I can do to cut down the size of this group, because I'm not that great a sprinter. So I'm going to attack. The question is from where. So we're entering in the rolling section, but I'm just not feeling confident to try it here. Another reason I'm putting in the attack is because it's going to be boring just to kind of roll in the second half. On this section, I go to position myself toward the back. As soon as I get onto the flats, I attack. Unfortunately, the best I can do is 4.5, 4.7, but at least I can maintain it for a little bit. After a while, one of the riders comes up to me, but then so do the others. Now, one of the riders, Lee, puts in a counterattack, which is a smart move on his part. We were able, however, to connect with him. So I did this in every lap leading to the last lap. The reason I'm telling you this and not showing you this is that my battery died before the start of the 6th lap. I thought I charged it up before the race, but I must have missed something. At the start of the last lap, I again put in an attack as I did the previous laps, and again I was caught. So now I was getting ready to put in some sort of attack right before the finish. The question was where, and I had to recover from my previous attacks. Of course, the others had to recover from chasing me, so we were probably all in the same boat. As it turned out, about half a mile to go, a couple of the others attacked, and then that third one was chasing after them, and then I was behind. And I could see that the others were using their power-ups, at least some of them. I didn't start up my last arrow power-up, but eventually I did, and it took a while, and I had to be consistent in my effort. I passed pretty much all 3 of them. However, when I got to the finish, I was running out of gas, and I was passed by 2 of them, with that third guy right on my wheel. I ended up 31st out of 42. However, when you check out Zwift.com, I came in 21st. So that means there's 10 people that either did not sign up for Zwift.com or that really should be category A's. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I'll be doing another video like this next week. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.